I was afraid that if I stopped controlling my food and started listening to my body, I would spiral. And for a while I did. My body wanted everything I had been denying it. It wasn't calm. It wasn't balanced. It was intense. But it wasn't carelessness. It was compensation. For years, I had mistaken control for care. I thought discipline meant health. I thought if I loosened my grip, I would collapse into chaos. What I didn't understand was this. When a body has been restricted physically, emotionally, or psychologically, it doesn't respond with polite moderation. It responds with urgency. That urgency isn't failure. It's biology trying to rebalance. And if you've ever been afraid that listening to your body means giving up on your health, I want to gently challenge that. Listening is not indulgence. It's information. And sometimes the first thing that information reveals is just how deprived you've been. For a long time, health meant doing it perfectly, eating the right things, at the right times, in the right amounts. Health was something I maintained through vigilance, attention, effort. My body wasn't unhealthy because of what I ate. It was unhealthy because it never got to relax and just enjoy food. Listening turned the argument into a conversation. I stopped overriding signals to eat. I quit trying to force my body into whatever routine I was following that week. Health didn't show up as me doing things better. It showed up as a sense of calm. Slowly, I started to notice when I was hungry without second-guessing it. I could tell when I'd had enough without feeling overfull or deprived. I could eat without running the consequences through my head. That's what health feels like to me now. Less about management and more about enjoyment. Here's something else that matters. Nothing dramatic happened. I didn't suddenly hit my ideal weight. I didn't figure it all out. I didn't arrive at some perfect way of eating. What changed was quieter than that. My body stopped needing to shout. That kind of change doesn't make a good before and after, but it's the difference between living under constant conflict and living in cooperation. It's the difference between disorder and relationship. A lot of people worry that if they stop controlling food, everything will fall apart. What surprised me, though, was that dropping my rules also dropped the noise. Yes, there was a brief period where I acted like a kid in a lolly shop, but it didn't last long. There's only so much peppermint chocolate one can eat before it gets old. That really surprised me. The thing is, I didn't stop caring about my health. I stopped trying to force it. As a counsellor, I don't hand out advice. This is more of a reflection, a way of noticing how things looked different when my thinking changed. How do you think things would change if you changed the way you think about food? Do you think it would become easier? Do you think you'd have a bean feast moment like Veruca Salt where you just want it all? If you did, that would be okay. I did. Do you think it would get to the point where you could just relax and have a meal without 25,000 calculations of macros and calories going through your head? If you'd like to share your thoughts, please drop me a comment. I read them all. And if you've enjoyed this episode and you've gotten something out of it, please like it. Perhaps consider subscribing to the channel, but especially please share it if you've got friends that you think might benefit from hearing this too. If you'd like to know more about my thoughts on somatic nutrition, I have another video which was the prequel to this one, and I'll link it for you. Thanks for joining me today. My name's Maggie. I'm a holistic counsellor, and this has been another episode of Bodywise. See you next time.